Alrighty, guys. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all. Welcome to another London session live stream. And today we have interesting movements from both GJ and USD CAD. I'll look at USD CAD shortly, but I don't see much on USD CAD to be honest. So I don't think that will be a tradable pair for today. However, for GJ. Now GJ is in this larger range frame right here, right? But it's still very early on in this range. At the same time, it is also in a smaller range as well. So it's been kept in this range right here, down here. So this was a cleaner range in formation right here. So it's not much, but between 15 to 20 pips. Not bad. And then we have, this kind of range right here, and you can see why is because there's a 30-minute EMA tap here that's kind of coming down here, and you can see it's respected at twice now, and potentially could go for a second touch above here, and that would make it two touches on both ends. If it does shoot down here, I'll look for buys at this level right here. So if it does come back down again and shoot down maybe slightly here, I can look for buys, stops here for the upside here. Or if it comes all the way down here, then you'll see that it will have two touches on both ends, 1 to 1, 2 to 2, and buy stops once it dumps down here. Buy stops above here will most likely come back up here, right? So we could see both avenues here. We have a smaller range right here, which it can tap twice to the top side here on the upside, or it can come down, shoot down, and then buy stops would be more valid here. And if it does completely shoot down, we can look at right here. If it dumps below here, we can look for buy stops to the upside over here. So we have a combination of movements. We just have to figure out which range is invalid. The smaller range is within the larger range, right? So the range within the range theory here, or is a larger range in play and the smaller ranges have been completed. However, on this side right here, so this small range definitely has been completed, as you can see price breaking out. But on the larger things, right? So on the larger sides of things here, on this end, you can see this range can be valid here if the price does dump all the way down here. But at the same time, it's still fulfilling this smaller range right here, right? So one thing to note is that the larger range is always not going to be in play, right? In the sense that you can't always assume the larger range to be more valid than the smaller range, because pairs always consolidate at different areas within a larger segment of the chart here, right? So a larger range may be in favor overall over the course of, maybe 50, 60, 100 plus pips, but the small range still has good fair play, and you have to appropriately, verify that, right? So, and that's the experience that comes into play. Which range is more valid than the other, right? I had some members approach me regarding their pairs who are part of the mentorship, and again, the mentorship has not started yet to its full composition, but they did approach me with certain pairs, and I mentioned the same thing. It was a smaller play, smaller range in movement, and they were trading the larger range. But I'd warned them, right? And this is yesterday. I warned them that the smaller range may be more valid in this case, and sometimes you have to be careful, right? Because if in this case, right, let's say the scenario was something along the lines of, actually, you know what? I can even show the example on here. It wasn't GJ, but it was a very similar scenario here, and they were trading, selling the pair from, let's say, over here, right here. They're selling the pair. So on the larger time frame, you can see on the larger range, it's a sell-off, right? Potentially, but the smaller range was still valid. So it stopped them out all the way up top here. Price came all the way up here, stopped them out, and then fulfilled the whole range all the way to the bottom here. So it's a very key thing to note here, that not always will this larger range be more valid than the smaller range. That's a very, very important thing. And that's why you have to verify which range is more valid. And of course, that takes time and experience into understanding your pair and, with sessions it moves accordingly with volume and so forth. Nonetheless, yes, good morning, everybody. Let's see what Tuesday will bring us exactly. Hopefully, again, we had a break-even day, and hopefully we'll look for better movements and better moves here for today. I did mention in the beginning of the stream just some minutes ago that USD CAD is just breaking out of a smaller range. Every time it tries to form a smaller range, you can see right here as well, every time it tries to form a smaller range, it just continues to break out. So it's not caught up in a range, right now, so to speak. So it did come all the way back up here, right, of what we had traded yesterday here. But nothing of significant value for me to see that is fulfilling a range right here. So again, I'm going to just keep an eye on it, but it's not showing much consistency here for a probable range trade setup here. GJ, on the other hand, again, I mentioned that larger range is still can complete here. The second touch could come down, price could come down all the way down here to complete the second touch of this larger range. However, the smaller range seems pretty valid, especially on the 30-minute. You can see that was a tap of the EMA here. So right here, the 1-to-1, 2, and then we can see the second touch here. If it does come up here, look for a slight break here for a sell-off to the downside here, right? So that's what I'm looking for. But again, if it does dump here, so you can see now it's stuck in between this range right here. It's stuck, price is right in the middle here, so it's non-tradable right now. We need to see it on either end for us to create a trade idea here, right? So I can create a trade idea, but again, it doesn't fall in line with either side yet, since it's right in the middle. So I need some movement, right? Either, towards the upside or downside for me to create a trade idea on either end, but it's kind of stuck right in the middle. Let's see how large this range is. It's about 20 pips, so it's fair small size range for GJ. Right here, and price is right around the 8, 9, 10 pips here. So it's stuck right in the middle. So non-tradable because it's right in the middle of the smaller range there. So if we can see some significant movement here, we do have a 30-minute close coming up in less than 5 minutes. So let's see. You can also see a small consolidation zone right here as well. But that's just way too small to even be noted right now, and to even take in factor of potentially trading it. So still gonna wait it out, guys. We need some movement either to the top side or to the downside here to see something. And again, USD CAD is still not very in line with the range today. So, and again, that does happen from time to time. Normally, we will get a setup, right? 90 to 95%, I would say even 95% of the time on the stream, we will get a setup. There may be that odd London session in the odd week where we don't get a setup. I know we had to wait one time 3.5, 4 hours for the stream, during the stream, and we could not find a setup, right? So when there's an active setup here, yesterday we came on the stream, right away we found credible setups. We took them, we profited off them. Although the re-entries weren't, in our favor. But nonetheless here, sometimes you may find some setups, sometimes you may not. USD CAD, I don't see much on USD CAD here. So I can't really, say if I will be trading that pair today. But it's just not showing me consistency today. So if it doesn't fall in line, again, there's no FOMO. It doesn't matter. I do trade a second pair, which is GJ. So let's see, I can use the direction of USD CAD here to trade GJ here, right? So again, the inverse correlation doesn't always mean that I have to, I should be trading both pairs because they're going to move opposite all the time. No, I still have to follow my strategy and system, right? So I follow a range strategy, right? and follow a system to, that I implement to enter, execute, and exit the trades. And if one of the pairs is following that, I can just use the direction of USD CAD as a confluence to trade this pair, right? That is in the lines of following the strategy, right? So if it's complying, one pair is complying, I can use the other pair as a direction, just to put strictly directional confluence to trade the other pair. So again, GJ is attempting to push up here. We got a 30-minute close coming. We could get it all the way up here, guys. So I may list the trade idea for a sell stop unless it comes right back down again. Let's see. We have the 15-minute EMA there. Where's the 5-minute EMA? Yeah, it's right above there as well. So again, we get a strong 30-minute close here. We got, what, 2 minutes left? Need this to push above. Need this to push above here, unless it dumps down here. So again, I would love to set a trade idea, but again, I still stuck in the range, middle of the range here. Okay, so yeah, you can see there's a slight consolidation zone right here. So it could come down here again. I'll consider buy stops at this level here once it breaks this level. And if it completely dumps down, then of course we're going to look for this level down here for price to reach before we consider buy stops. So buy stops at this level once it breaks this level. And if it continues to pour down here, look for buy stops at this level down here at 185, 100. So rejecting the 5-minute EMA. Let's see if it closes below or above. And we have the 30-minute close coming any second now. Okay, it's dumping down. Let's see. Right at the 15-minute EMA. Okay, here it comes. Oh, wow. Strong push here. But again, I'm still stuck on setting a trade idea here, as it's still relatively, near the middle of the range on the smaller range here. Okay, it's pushing down here. Maybe I have to write both sides, guys, just because, again, it may happen faster than anticipated. Let's see here. So GDY stops here. Let's consider that. If price dips below here, where's the 30-minute EMA? Oh, wow, look at that. It's a big dump here. 185, 230. Okay. Or shall I say 240 here? Let's see. Oh, yeah, this is pushing hard here. 240 to the top here. Could probably go a little lower here. 230. I think 230 is more. It's better here. 230. And it would be 19 pips on both sides. Yeah. Okay, so let's set this. TP would be at 185, 420. We have the 30-minute EMA down here as well. Okay, it's pushing hard here. Let's see. And SL will be at 185.40. One 185.40. Okay. So price is very close to the bottom here. Let's see. We need a strong push and a break below the 30-minute EMA for me to consider these buy stops. Right? It's too close of a call right now, but I need it to break below. So we're about how many pips away? About 3 pips away from the EMA, the 30-minute EMA. And then for a stronger push, about between, I would say between 4 to 6 pips. Right? So roughly about 5 pips, it can push further, and then I can consider these buy stops. But as you can see, it's still consolidating in this area right here. So we could definitely see, rejection and kind of consolidating within that zone, and then coming back down maybe in a few minutes or so. Right? Let's see. It is respecting the 50-minute EMA. So again, if this setup doesn't work, right, and it doesn't come back down, right, for us to enter these buy stops, we could also see price pushing all the way up here, for which I would consider sell stops, right? And now it's pushing that way. So let's see. Again, if it pushes strong here, I may consider that and move this on the side here. Now it appears to be moving strong. Let's see. Yep. Look at that. Okay. So GJ sell stops. Again, I can just have both, text ideas ready. So just in case whichever one hits, there's no wick on this current candle here. So it's still in this consolidation zone, but I'm just going to get it ready just in case. Just in case if it does move up strong here. So I think 185, 400. We'll need to move up at least 4 pips above. 4 pips above entry here. So GJ sell stops and then keep it at 19 pips again. Yeah, I think that's fair. So again, this is a sell stop idea because price pushed up here, but it's still stuck in this consolidation zone, which is stuck in the middle of the smaller range. So we could have the buy stop idea, which I've just left the text here just so it's not, confusing you guys. So I'm going to keep the sell stop idea since price is just slightly above the middle part of the middle section of this range. If it does, again, completely fall down here, I'm going to quickly change it to the buy stops here. But let's see. So 23 minutes to go from London opening, to London opening. So let's see. What is this? 185, 400. So that's a sell stop. And 19 pips is going to be an SL of, or at 185,590. And TP at 185,210. So this is again the setup if price pushes up above here, breaks above here, and then we can set the sell stop to the downside here, right? If that does not work and price dumps down here, there's no bottom wick on the current candle. If it comes down here and it dumps below slightly, then I'm going to consider this the buy stops here, which are right here, right? So I'll switch that quickly, but at least we have it written down, so there's no rush right when the price happens, because again, we could see quick movement here just because it's not that large of a range, and we may get some pre-London opening volume kicking in maybe in the last 15 minutes of this hour, or we could get volume kicking in during London opening, and that's where I have to kind of quickly switch over to the other end. Let's see. Again, not liking how USD CAD is moving today, so again, it's gonna be very hard to find a range unless it starts forming that range and moving up maybe 10 to 12 pips, because anything smaller than that, I don't think I'll be trading for USD CAD, which again it's been in relatively much smaller consolidation zone, which are too small to trade. Alrighty. Okay, so it is pushing up. Let's see. Again, no bottom wick on the current candle, but it has not broken this level right here. It has not broken this level, and there's no bottom wick on the current candle, right? So it could come right back down. We are getting a new 5-minute candle just in any second now, actually right now. So it closed at the top end of this. Again, could continue up here. Let's see. Okay, so does it respect that consolidation zone, or does it break out here? If it breaks out, if price breaks out, we can definitely see it come up all the way up here and slight push above, so we can set these sell stops, right? But again, if it does not break out, then it's going to come right back down, and it could respect this consolidation zone, and again we'll be trapped within this range, and we'll just have to be patient, potentially until London opening here. So let's see. A lot of action could happen here, but again, could be slow here as well. All right, nice push here, but again, look at that. Look at that, right back down. So it could come down to fill up this non-candle wick down here. At the same time, it could reject the bottom end here and continue up. And if it does come all the way down here, again, I'm looking for buy stops at this point, right? So this whole setup will have to be changed, but it's no problem because within the range, guys, we can catch both ways, and that's why our buys can change over the period of time here, right? So it doesn't mean that the range is not being respected. It definitely is. You just have to make sure that the range that you're trading is an active setup or an active range, and to what length or to what distance or until what time it changes into a larger range, right? So you can see this range was beautifully respected here. Look at that, nearly exact moves on both ends, and it completed a nice 1-to-1, 2-to-2, 3-to-3. It went even on to 4-and-4, and then broke out here. All right, so GD now is pushing down again, so I may have to kind of switch over to the buy stops instead, but I'm just going to wait out here just to see, does it fill up this non-candle wick and switch up. There's a 5-minute EMA there as well. At the same time, there's a 15-minute EMA. So let's see here. Okay, we're going to have to wait and see here. Okay, let's see here. Still rejecting it slightly here. Okay, have I ever heard of Interactive Brokers? Yes, I have. They're a pretty famous broker. Have I traded with them? No. But I do know, some friends and alike that have traded with them. And again, I can't recommend a single broker, guys. For me, oh, wow, G is making a strong push. But I won't be able to recommend any broker. I will mention, in my payout videos and so forth that I continue to release on YouTube, I will mention which broker I was with to get that payout, so you guys can at least identify, about the broker, and so of course, that I'm not lying or and so forth. So you can fact check that as well. So I'll mention that, but I cannot advertise or promote a broker just because, again, if they're not regulated, right, that gets a little tricky. So if they are regulated, for sure, that's safe and really good to know. But you have to do your due diligence. Look at all the reviews online across different platforms, and then make your call. Right? I did the same to find my broker, but yeah, that's all I can say. I haven't used them, but I have definitely heard about them. They definitely have a good ground in the Forex brokerage scene. So GJ continues to just consolidate right in the middle of the range. So we cannot find a probable setup yet. We do have two listed ideas here, the buy stop or sell stop for the small range, but again, it has been stuck for the length of the stream here. It has been stuck right here in a 8 to 10 pip area here within the range. So not been able to enter anything, and also not been able to identify whether we're going to be entering a sell stop or a buy stop. So you can see there's no top wick on the current candle, but it continues to push down, and that's also the 15-minute candle with no top wick. Still not doing much here, but again, we're 13 minutes away now. So as time gets closer and is still stuck in this consolidation zone within the range, I'm just gonna wait out then. If it's too close to London opening, maybe a minute or 2 minutes away, I may just wait until the London opening volume to kick in, and then I go ahead and place either sell stop or buy stop depending on where the price reaches. Again, still nothing defined here. Just have to be patient here. That's about almost a 10 pip drop right there with no top wick. Sorry, 8 pip drop here. It's pushing strong here. I may have to switch the trade idea here quickly. Still have 12 minutes to go before London opening. It is tapping the 15-minute EMA. Okay, it's making some ground here. Making some ground here. Let's see. If it pushes a little further down, guys, I'm going to switch the trade idea, of course, which was our initial one. Again, just because price is stuck in that consolidation zone, we had to kind of switch over a few times. Let's see. Does it push down faster? Or more further down? Okay, do you mind sharing which broker you use? No, I don't mind at all. But again, I'm not advertising or promoting them at all, right? So just because I mention it does not mean that I endorse using that broker. You have to do your due diligence. But because of some transparency that is needed when I do mention my payouts in further YouTube videos, I will mention the broker just because you guys can do your due diligence, see when they've been around. Or how long they've been around, and see, additional proof and so forth. So yes, I use Black Bull Markets. Currently, I have used Vantage FX until they banned Canadians. And yes, and I also use Oanda. Why did I use? I started with Oanda, but why did I use other brokers that were unregulated in my country? Well, simple reason is because of leverage. Right, so if Oanda offers 1 to 50, with these unregulated brokers, at least in my country, you're gonna have to check their licensing and so forth, regulations within your country. They can go up to even 1 to 1,000, 1 to 500, 1 to 300, 1 to 200, right? So that's the advantage, so to speak. But again, that's only if you understand what you're doing in the charts for you to take advantage of that leverage. Otherwise, Oanda definitely is one of the stronger ones, regulated ones in North America, at least, USA and Canada. So Canada and USA are very, very strict with any brokerages and regulated brokerages. And that's most often why they don't accept, U.S. residents, U.S. citizens, or Canadian citizens. So Vantage, I was with Vantage. My first payout actually was with Vantage, which again, I will be releasing a YouTube video where I'll go back in chronological order and mention my payouts. But Vantage was my first one until they actually had to leave Canada. Again, probably because of regulation reasons, and again, it doesn't mean that they were a scam, broker, or they were not paying out and so forth, or issues like that. Is probably because, as far as Canada is concerned, maybe a lot of Canadians were losing money with them, and they may have complained to the securities commissions and so forth. And then when securities commissions, did further investigations, found out that they're not regulated, so they would have to either pay up the fines or leave the country, right? So there's different issues again with each broker individually, but many brokers, will not, especially with that type of leverage, will not be regulated and will most likely not accept USA or Canadian, um, American or Canadian citizens or residents, right? So just be careful with that. But again, I don't endorse, promote any brokers. I just mention it just because I use them, but I have no affiliation with any brokers. And I do have to make a disclaimer because of just any future issues that, could come about. Oh, wow. Okay. So making that push. So maybe now the sell stop is valid now. I use Vantage in Australia, and I found them good over the years. Zero spread on GJ is nice. Exactly. Yes. Vantage was actually a really, really good broker for me personally. I was actually saddened, very saddened when they wrote that email where they said that we have to unfortunately leave the country, or Canadians behind, and yeah, so that was very unfortunate. But again, the spreads were very amazing for me. Again, I'm an advocate for low spread accounts. Whether I pay high commissions, that's fine, but low spread is really the best way I think that you can have an account in terms of trading, especially with my system and strategy, and keeping in mind that we do sell stops and buy stops 95% of the time. So we have to keep that in mind as well. And even in any system or strategy, right, you guys want to keep low spreads just because when price may reach the level of your stop loss, the spread will matter, right? Especially even being tapped into the entry as well. But yes, I believe Vantage is, they have offices in maybe Australia or New Zealand, but I know Black Bull Markets has their offices in headquarters in New Zealand, right? So be sure to look at Vantage. Exactly, yeah. You can take a look at those brokers and see for yourself. But primary reason why, again, why in Canada, USA, they're very restricted is because, again, high leverage means that a lot of users can blow their accounts faster, right? So it's very much risky, and higher risk is not good for for a lot of complaints that come about, right? And when a lot of complaints come about, the securities commissions and other regulators within the country have to act on have to act on that to a certain degree. And yes, and the I guess their solution is to lower the leverage, which again OENDA does, and that's why they're probably the most dominant one that Americans and Canadians use as far as regulated is concerned. Interactive brokers isn't allowed on my CompuTrader, which is why I'm looking for other options aside from sway markets. Okay. Yep. That will be an issue as well for certain copiers as well. Yep. Have you had any type of issues with OENDA? I personally haven't, but again, what I do is I dump more funds in OENDA, and with the lower leverage, again, there are some limits that once you have over a certain limit, it's from what do you call it? On the institutional side of things, right? So they do give you that leverage, but as far as just a retail trader, you're not gonna have that type of leverage. But there's no issues. I have never seen it. I've actually had no issues with any brokers, to be honest with you guys. That's why I don't really care for any broker as long as, again, they're credible enough for them to have a certain client base, right? If they have no credibility online at all, then that is a concern, right? So I'd rather go with somebody older that's been in the industry, right? Rather than going for somebody new. Because again, if you're a new broker out there, you're going to most likely have support issues. You're going to most likely have withdrawal delays, deposit delays, less options for, withdrawing in terms of where do you want to withdraw to. Maybe they don't have a crypto option. Maybe, they're settling in. It takes, some years to even get a hold of a good amount of client base. And, the larger you grow, you have to put more funds into the company to grow it at that same level. So, yeah, so you're gonna experience issues with the newer brokers. Older brokers have that experience, and I've never faced any issues with any of the three brokers: Oanda, Vantage, or Black Bull. And those are the only three brokers I've ever deposited any funds in. I will say though, however, and I will say this just as we are a community here and we all are trading no matter which community you trade with. But I will say this though, I would never deposit a 7-figure amount in an unregulated broker, just because if they go down, and they're not regulated in my country, but I'm using them, it may be hard to get the funds back, or the full 100% of the funds back. So you got to be careful here. You got to trade with the regulated broker at times. If you want the leverage, you can, go with the unregulated broker, but you have to realize that you don't want to, put all your eggs in one basket. So I would never go with all my funds in one broker and then assume for the best. And, there could be some things that happen. I've heard of some brokers, unregulated brokers going down, and, the lawsuits and so forth become very, very tough, especially since we're dealing with international lawsuits there. That is the reason why I like interactive brokers. They do cover up to 2.5 million. I've tried unregulated brokers such as Hero FX and HeroFX, but I quickly took out all the money. Yes, I've definitely heard of those two latter ones that you mentioned, and yes, I would probably recommend not going with those two or any newer ones within the last 3 to 5 years, right? A lot of them have popped up recently. You have to be careful. They, some of them, we don't even know the backstory behind them. But here comes London opening, guys. But yes, if they do cover up to that amount, that's wonderful. And, they are regulated as well. So that's amazing. Okay, let's quickly look at the charts here. So London opening just occurred now, so I may have to make a quick adjustment here, just in case of which direction. As you can see, it's still settled within that range, so it's non-tradable. I wouldn't trade this range. The reason why I wouldn't trade this consolidation zone, or if you want to call it a range, is because it's too small to trade. It's 8-9 pips for GG. That's nothing, right? Too small of a range. I rather call it just slightly consolidation or slightly consolidating in that zone, and a 20 pip range is what I would actually trade for. And it may just appear here. Let's see. And you can see, okay, now USD CAD is forming out a small range here, but again, is it tradable? Let's see. I think it's very, very small. No, too small. Here comes GJ, guys. Let's see. Well, again, I can use it as a directional confluence to trade the pair that I actually do see a range in. So I do see now two candles here for USD CAD have no top wick, right? Including the current London opening candle, right? So it could push down here. As it's pushing down, GJ can come up here, and this sell stop would be more valid here now. Okay, guys, just gotta get this ready quickly since we're right at that level now. But I need a stronger push here. If that's all it does, guys, this is just not a suitable entry for me, at least. If that's all it does, I need a stronger push, especially with London opening. This could really pick up some volume, push above, and I can comfortably set the sell stop here. Let's see. Okay, it's coming up here. Let's see. Or is it still in that consolidation zone and we get trapped again in that zone, which means that there's no tradable side of the range right now. Then let's see. Can we get one more strong push here with London opening candle here? Let's see. No, it's still stuck in there. Really hope for a stronger push here so we can maybe enter these sell stops. But again, it needs to give a strong push here for this to be something here. Let's see. Okay, I've heard about recent occurrences of licensing being revoked for MetaTrader. Um, MetaTrader did have, so MetaCoats, MetaCoats owns MetaTrader MT4, MT5. They had been banned from the App Store last year, and they actually came back on the App Store, right? Now, some people, again, they didn't really formally mention why, but some users and some of the industry leaders and brokerages mentioned that it may have to do or may had to do with something with the Russian war, because there is Russian affiliation to MetaCoats, who again owns Meta MT4 and MT5. So it may have been some affiliation there, with the whole war going on with the Ukraine. And because of that affiliation, I guess, they were removed. But again, they're back on, so that's a good sign here. So far so good, right? We're still able to use it. And I don't think it'll be taken off anytime soon. But yeah. Now there is one thing about MT4 and MetaTrader 4. What I would say is that they keep mentioning that they'll discontinue it and discontinue any updates on MT4. So that's where again I would recommend you guys to get used to MT5, right? MetaTrader 5. It's very easy, very convenient. I personally like it. I personally use it. I do have MT4, but again, MT5 I prefer better. Even adjusting, modifying stops, TPs is very, very convenient, especially if you use desktop versions. So that's what I would recommend right now. But again, everything's good to go right now, so we are safe, and I don't think there's any issues at the current moment. Oh wow, GJ's just been stuck in the 8 to 10 pip zone here. It slightly breaks out, maybe a couple pips above or below that consolidation zone, but it does not do much. And unfortunately, that's where we've been stuck pretty much. But again, nothing new. One time on the stream, we had to wait about 3.5, 4 hours, and still we couldn't get anything. And at that point, I did have to close the stream. Again, there is the odd session, right, in the odd week where we might not be able to get a setup, right? That does happen. As long as you can practice, discipline and patience, and again, that will show, right? If you can avoid taking a setup if it doesn't meet your plan, and in the long term, that's going to really be helpful, because again, for all you have FOMO and you take 1 to 2 or 3 setups, and all of them are losers because you couldn't wait for them to come to your entry level and secure secure that entry and safely exit or enter and exit. So there are certain things that we have to really be careful with. If you can make a proper judgment and you have a game plan, So just, why not just follow it strictly and, lower your risk. Okay, so again, still waiting for the push. This is not an active entry for anybody joining the stream now. We are waiting for this to break above this level right here. Once it breaks above this level, we can then comfortably set the sell stops at this point right here, and then wait for the price to come back down to complete the bottom touch here, right? Will I let runners run at that point? Possibly, because we have this larger frame in mind here as well, the larger range here. If this larger range does, if indeed it does come up here and respect this, I will let some runners run with they may be a stop loss in profit somewhere, right? But maybe close 50 or even 75% here, just depending on how, it moves. So again, we could capture a nice move here. It just needs to move above this level here. If it does not do it, which it has not done it, either move above this level or move below this level right here, both of which we have not seen. This movement occurred prior to the stream, so even then it did not move below this level. So this is where we're at right now. Again, 5-minute candles coming up, another new 5-minute candle. And does it make a strong push above here for a potential 15-minute close below, right? If this candle moves up strong, we could get a potential entry here. All right, it's coming up here. We got a new 5-minute candle as well. So just getting this ready. And again, we could see the reversal here. Now is USD CAD forming a probable range here. It's approaching that level. Okay, so if it does come down to the 5-minute, guys, I will take a look at the entry for USD CAD as well, because now it's ideally forming something here. The 5-minute EMA is still down there though. But you can see the current London opening candle has no top wick. Now, how far is it from the 5-minute EMA? Let's see how far that is. That's about 6 pips. Not bad. It can definitely reach there. It can definitely reach there. Let's see. Okay, here it is. And again, GJ can pretty much push above here as well. Does it have enough though? Let's see. There's a 3-minute EMA there, but a little short on that. Could move strong here. And if it does reach at this level, it's about 13 pip range there. That's not bad. And here comes GJ as well. Alrighty. Okay. You can see how patience, if we had reacted or tried to trade this on the larger time frame, we wouldn't really kind of see any potential movement. But as you are more patient, you start seeing that the price will sell into an exact range. And again, this is very early on, so I'm just drawing out just in case, because again, I can still use this as a directional confluence to trade GJ here. GJ did push above here, but again, it did not move strong enough. And because USD CAD is very close to the 5-minute EMA here, very, very close, could see some buy stops here as well. Where's the 15-minute EMA? That's way south there. 30, yeah. So yeah, if it pushes down here, guys, I may look for USD CAD buy stops at, what would this be right here? 137, 270. So 270 here. GD is pushing up as well. Let's see. And let's go for 13 pips. And 13 and 13. TP would be 137,400. And what would this be? 137, 140. SL. Stop loss here. So that's what it is. Okay. 130. Yep. Here's what it is again. GJ did not push up strong enough here, so I still feel there's another push above that it can do before coming back down. Just like USD CAD has more of a push down here before it makes that reversal. Okay, let's see. Wow, strong bearish push here from GJ. I really hope this is not going all the way down yet. But again, if it is, it's completely fine. We can still look for the other buy stop here. But wow, look at that push. Again, would not be able to get this entry, guys, just because it was too close of a call here, right? Less than 2 pips. Yeah, no. Again, I have some suspicion here that this is not yet the bearish push yet. So I still feel that this can come up here stronger just because USD CAD can make that attempt to the downside here. It is tapping the 3-minute EMA, but again, still has room to go down here. If it does cross this level, at that point we can consider these buy stops here. But again, I still feel that GJ has not made that push down yet. So it can certainly come right back. And then at that point, I can reconsider the entries here. But wow, what a strong push. Again, it is London opening, so we could get some, volume kicking in here. Is USD CAD again, no bottom wick here. Let's see. Your videos help with how I see the market better than I did before. Thanks for everything you do. You're changing lives, seriously. I mean, honestly, I really appreciate that. Every time I see a comment like that, it really, really, makes me feel better that I'm doing this. But for me, it's like I should have done this a long time ago, right? I was giving out entries in my Telegram group, but the actuality is that on a visual, if a lot of viewers are visual learners, and you can actually show that in real time with real live trading, I think that's more beneficial than anything. So, but again, I really do appreciate your kind words, as well as a lot of members that have approached me and messaged me privately. I really do appreciate that. I really do enjoy this. So for me, it's all fun for me, right? And if it can definitely help somebody along the way, I mean, that's my pleasure, and I hope to help out as many people as I can before I finally go private. But let's try to get a setup here going so we can all enjoy the day as well, right? Okay, wow, look at that push from GJ. I told you guys I had suspicion in this. I really have suspicion that the up move has not completed yet before we can look at the sell stops. And what do you know? GJ is coming right back up again. Look at that. And USD CAD is pushing right down. So everything's working right in line, guys. We just have to be patient here. need a strong move above here. So this, if it did indeed come up all the way here, we needed to push above strong. Maybe not all the way up here, but you can look to the left here, maybe slightly above here, right? It's a strong move. USD CAD has ways to come down, and you can see how we use the directional buys here. You can see how USD CAD had room to go down. There's an EMA tap here, which is in line with this potential range and a second touch of this range. And at the same time, we use that to look at GJ's move to the upside here, right? So because USD CAD had ways to come down, there was my suspicion on GJ still moving up, still coming back up and moving up here. And you can see how in real time we used that inverse correlation to our advantage, right? Even if I wasn't going to trade USD CAD, even if I wasn't going to trade it, I used the directional confluence to find out where GJ can go. And it did exactly that. Yesterday, it did not do that. So that's why we got stopped out on that setup on the re-entry for GJ, right? So majority of the time, again, in London session, it will move accordingly, inversely with USD CAD. But when it doesn't do that, that's when we get caught up. But again, that's because we have some abnormal market movement, right? In normal market movement, GJ is a very powerful pair to trade. I've made a lot of money on this. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I made a lot of money on GJ's powerful moves during normal market conditions. Caught a lot of pips, large ranges, small ranges, medium size, and I actually, caught not equal amount of moves on USD CAD, but to a certain degree, maybe if I caught 60% of the moves on GJ, 40% were on USD CAD. Right, a 60-40 split would be more accurate than 50-50. But again, in recent times with the streams as well, I mean, we've seen some abnormal movement from GJ that has not occurred that, concurrently or that consecutively for a period of time, right? We saw 100 pip, on and off, or 50, 60 pip wicks in seconds on and off over the course of, 2.5 weeks. 2 of them, which we actually won, by the way, but, it wasn't the most reasonable way because of such a quick movement. But nonetheless, if we have a game plan, we follow it. The rest of whatever happens is just noise because you followed your game plan. You have an edge. You've seen that you have an edge. You've seen results from it. And the rest is just you just let it happen, and you move on. Okay, so again, USD CAD still has room to move down, so GJ still has room to move up. Look at this, guys, in real time. Can't make this up. Still has room to move down, so GJ still has room to move slightly above higher now. But again, I don't want it to move. I don't want to be too late in catching the setup either, right? So it still has room to move down. GJ will still have some room to move up. Let's go slightly more, and then I'll be more confident in setting up this sell stop here. Again, it's 3 pips. I was looking for at least 4 pips. Still looking for a strong push here. And again, I'm looking for USD CAD to push down stronger here so I can set these buy stops for USD CAD as well, right? So everything is aligning here. Don't like that switch here on GJ here. Let's see. We do have a 5-minute close coming, but that's still 4 minutes away. Again, that 5-minute EMA tap for USD CAD is too close for it not to tap here. And whenever a 5-minute any EMA is right in line with the range that you're trading, I don't like to enter instantly, right? So if it did not tap it, I'm not going to enter the setup, even if it respects the range. I will not enter it. That's something I'm very, very strict with. This has happened on the stream a few times as well. More than a few times. And, I will not trade it unless I get that tap completely and at least a stronger push below, because price has reached below the EMA. You can look to the left here. Price has reached below that. I'm going to look for a push below for me to consider this. Not only the tap, but price, pushing below the EMA. Likewise with GJ, then if that hasn't completed yet, and we are looking at inverse correlation here and in compliance, right? Normal market movement, GJ still has room to move up here, and it seems to be doing that here. Let's see, do we get another stronger push? GJ bullish. Yeah, I mean, we could look to the left here and we could see that it can definitely get up there. But again, we are safeguarding. That's why we're safeguarding from the sell stops, that we don't enter too early, right? I did realize that GJ, or I do know, sorry, and I do recognize that GJ has space and room to go up. But again, it's not always that the larger range is in play, right? It can certainly move up. There's a non-wick candle up here. But I'm still going to safeguard this position and maybe set the sell stop just in case price can come down. If it can come down, it can certainly respect the range here as well. Okay, so did it fill up that non-wick candle? Yep, it did. So guys, I'm going to go ahead with the sell stops here. It's a comfortable amount of space here. It was about what, 5-6 pips. I'm going to go ahead with sell stops here, and this is the setting here. So sell stops 185.400. We got 185.590 for the SL and 185.210. We have 400 right there. Yep. Again, USD CAD from the tap here is just less than 3 pips away. And here GJ is coming right back, guys. It's relaxing here. Let's see. Do we get tapped in on this? Very close here. Close call. Very, very close here. We got 1 minute left for another 5-minute close. So again, even if I'm not trading USD CAD here, I just use it for direction purposes here. It did not come and tap here, so I wouldn't enter USD CAD either, right? But GJ is an active setup, guys. We're about to be tapped in here. Let's see. Does it continue pushing up, or does it respect the range and come down? All right, open up. 5-minute candle here. No bottom wick. No bottom wick here. It may push down here. Let's see. So we're about 2.5 pips away. Now about 3 pips away from entry. Okay, here it comes that. So pushing strong here, GJs, and USD CAD is coming down here. So again, it could tap and make that reversal. Let's see, unless USD CAD is just simply going to reverse from here. No issue. We're still looking at GJ. GJ is coming down, guys. About to be tapped in on GJ. Nearly about to be tapped in here. Very close. Still not tapped in. See, about 1.6, 1.5 pips away. And as someone mentioned, in the chat today, that they're still using a broker that I used to use, and pretty much minimum to no spread at all. So you can still have unregulated brokers with basically minimum to zero spread. And again, that really becomes useful in these type of situations. All right, here it comes USD CAD down here. And again, not only looking for the tap of the EMA, guys, I'm looking for a stronger push down so I safely can execute the buy stops for USD CAD. If that's not the case, then I'm not going to enter USD CAD. GJ is coming down again one more time here. This could tap us in. This could tap us in. Was it 184? Yep. Okay, just tapped me in, guys. Tap me in here. And I'm looking for a strong push here. A strong push. Again, it could easily respect that range. Looking for a strong push. USD CAD is pushing down. I mean, could USD CAD come down here, reverse here? And does GJ push strong here? Let's see. We got a 30-minute close coming. So this could certainly come all the way down here, guys. Nice push here from GJ. Nice push. Look at that. Look at that, guys. Let's see. Can you get a stronger push here? Would not like this to come back up now. You can see all this is just a wick here. If it could come down to the 5-minute EMA here, guys, I will be setting my stops to break even. But a nice push here. Still need a stronger movement here. Again, USD CAD may have just reversed here, but again, not entering USD CAD, just looking at GJ here. Need a strong close here of the 15 and 30-minute candle here, right? A strong bearish. Might not get a bearish ending on the 30-minute, but a 15-minute certainly can push down stronger here for the last 2 minutes here. It's really attempting to push strong here. But I mean, I would like it to come down stronger just because with the 30-minute opening, it could come back up and then come down. Let's see. Nice push. Nice push. Can we get one more stronger push here? One more push here. We got less than a minute left to close out the 30-minute and 50-minute candle here. Can certainly push one more. We got some seconds left. Nice push. Look at that. Nice push. We can get one more push here as well. We're about 3 pips into profit here. But a nice push here can get it all the way down here. Okay, I think that's where it may just end up here. Nice push. Look at that. Minimal drawdown on this one. Patiently waited for the setup. This whole drag right here, you can see from the hour before London opening all the way to London opening and almost half an hour into or after London opening is when we executed or we got tapped in, sorry. All right, it closed nicely, but no top wick on the current candle for the 30-minute. Could come all the way back up again. Could come all the way back up, or it can just shoot down from here. If it does shoot down from here, guys, I will adjust my stop loss to break even once it does tap this 5-minute EMA. We can see it has some ways to come up here, but if it does shoot down here, it'll be really nice, and we could get a clean move on this. Look at that. Still attempting to push down, but let's see. I do like the close though, but again, no wick on the current 30-minute candle. If we had maybe another 5-6 minutes to go, it could have continued dumping, but there was no wick on the current candle just because it opened. It's a fresh new 30-minute candle. So we could see it come all the way back up here, which is going to be unfortunate because it was such a clean push down, but just not enough time. Not enough time, before the 30-minute close for it to continue pushing down here. So now we're right at break even for GJ. And for USD CAD now, you can see now it's making that push down this time. It's the real push this time. Let's see. A stronger push with the 30-minute opening. And you can see on the 30-minute, 15-minute candle here, you can see GJ. There's a lot of wicks here, so it can certainly come right back down. Again, USD CAD is not far off from the EMA here. I mean, less than 2 pips. 2.2 pips. Just looking for a strong tap here. So I could potentially enter this buy stop as well. But here is GJ. So right at break even, slightly in profit for GJ. For USD CAD again, it needs to make that strong push. Another 2-3 pips down here, and it's going to give us, that push below the EMA where we can be potentially entering the buy stops, right? So still waiting on USD CAD. And here is GJ. GJ has just been acting irregular these past 2 weeks. Yep, that is GJ for you guys. GJ has been doing that. We're trying to fight to get normal market movement, but we've had some good wins from GJ as well, right? We had some large wins as well, I believe last week. But overall, we haven't done too bad considering that the markets have just been brutal with GJ of recent. So, but then again, I would say that I would pay, or I would basically say thanks to just the game plan, right? If we follow the game plan, we followed the plan. We were strict with it. We didn't try to enter at will here. Just looking at simple market structure here. We executed our plan. We even today's plan here, you can see that this whole movement right here lasted almost an hour and a half, and patiently waited for the setup here. We got right into profit pretty much right after being tapped in. Now we were there was a 30-minute candle closure coming up, so that's why the price dragged up again, and it may drag up again, create a larger wick, and then come back down. So that's kind of where we are. We are in profit with GJ, but does it dump right now or does it dump after the fact? Let's see. USD CAD again is not far off from tapping this 5-minute EMA. That's why I have these buy stops on the right here. So if it does come and tap this, right, and it pushes down slightly here, we can go ahead and set the buy stops here. If it dumps down further, that's okay because we won't be tapped in. But I need a stronger push below the EMA, which I did mention a few times. And it tempted, 1, 2, and 3, and now this fourth attempt now to come down. Let's see. Here's GJ now. So you can see there's a lot of wicks on the upside here. We could get a strong bearish move, but need USD CAD to reverse here, right? But it's too close to the tap of the 5-minute EMA, so it's going to certainly come down and tap. Just patiently waiting for that. If it doesn't, that's completely fine. I mean, I'm okay with just GJ alone today, just because, again, it's been pretty slow here to get the setup here, but it's a beautiful move here. And it can certainly come down. I mean, if it does come down to the 5-minute EMA, I am going to go ahead and put the stops at break even, maybe slightly in profit, just because, again, I don't want it to come back up again. It's just will be too much. But a beautiful move nonetheless, guys. I mean, if you guys, were here from the beginning of the stream, you guys can see that we patiently waited. We executed, and it's a beautiful move down here. And look at that, guys. Look at that push. It can continue pushing down past that. Let's see. I haven't set my stop loss, adjusted my stop loss yet, guys. I'm just going to show you guys ahead of time here just because, again, I don't want to lose the time here. So about 2.5 pips here. It should be about 2.5 pips. Yeah. So right around here. Yeah, so there's a 50-minute EMA down there as well. It can certainly reach there. And if it does reach there, I mean, the 30-minute EMA is not far off, which, again, would be pretty much, close to our TP. And USD CAD is still reacting here. So, guys, I haven't set this stop loss yet. If I did say I was going to, I'm just waiting for a break here. It needs to break this EMA for me to set this. But I'm just putting it here just to show you guys that that's where I would, put my stop loss, which is around 2.5 pips. Yeah. So again, if you guys use MT5 on desktop, guys, it's very convenient It's very quick. And yeah, let me just see USD CAD here. Okay, guys. Yep. Setting the stop loss right here. So this is a risk-free, profitable setup for us. And a clean push. Look at that, guys. Again, not saying GJ is not bullish, guys, but you have to understand which range is being applied here. Which range is the price, following right now, right? That's the catch. And I mentioned before the stream, or at the beginning of the stream also, that, I had a member, talk about that he was entering the larger range, but the larger range wasn't valid yet. The smaller range was valid within the larger range. So you have to apply that as well. And look at that. This is a beauty, guys. This is a complete beauty of a trade here. Can't make this up. And, I would also like to close more now just because, GJ is pushing against it. It's already tapped a 5-minute and it nearly tapped a 50-minute EMA. There's a 5-minute close coming up as well. So can it go through the 50-minute EMA, come all the way down here? I believe it can. But it needs to close strong on the 5-minute. It needs to push below the EMA here. But again, you're welcome to close half, rest at break even. Excellent, right? That's also what I'm considering as well. Maybe closing more just because of the rejections of the EMA. Could come back, rebound, and come back down again. But let's see how this 5-minute closes here. I may close out more than just where my stop loss is, just because I like the push down here. And I don't want to get caught with less pips and be stopped out here just because of the EMA rejections to the upside, right? So he is rejecting the 5-minute, potentially the 15-minute if it does come down here. And I'd rather secure more pips, right? So let's see. Does it stop me out before that, or does it push down further first? Let's see. We got less than a minute left for a 5-minute close. I was hoping this 5-minute close is strong, bearish, so it can continue down to the 15-minute EMA. But let's see. But excellent close here. Had to go pee. I just saw that. Had to go pee and miss GJ. Oh, oh man. I mean, it was a drag here of a wait, 1 hour and a half wait to get this entry. And it's unfortunate, but again, no FOMO there, right? Our community doesn't have any FOMO, and we're going to wait out patiently for a potential next setup here. We could get this USD CAD setup, which is again still being looked at. But GJ nonetheless here, guys, again, is rejecting the 5-minute EMA again. So I may just close out here unless it makes a strong push. It's a good thing it closed out 5-minute right here, because otherwise the previous 5-minute candle could have gone all the way back up. The new 5-minute candle did push down here, but again, it's not convincing enough. Can we get a stronger push here, or does it tap me out here? I was hoping for another stronger push to break that, maybe tap the 15-minute EMA, and that's where I can close out if I see any rejections. So that was the game plan here. Does it do that, or does it just simply go right back up? Again, I don't mind it, but I was hoping for a little bit more than that because a 15-minute close was coming as well. But let's see what happens here. Oh, here comes USD CAD, guys. Here comes USD CAD now. Again, looking for a stronger push below. So GJ can continue down here because now we have, nice push from USD CAD here as well. Nice. But again, I need a stronger push below for me to set these buy stops. I won't be doing instant execution here. I need a stronger push below that EMA. I mentioned somewhere down in this level here. So maybe another 2 pips. Another 2 pips, and I'll be good with the buy stops for USD CAD. Here comes GJ again, guys. Still a setup that's still alive for me. Can certainly push down. We have a 15-minute close coming in 4 minutes. It can certainly come all the way down there. But is it going to tap me out prior to that? We're about 4, just 4.5, under 4 pips, or between 4 and 4.5 pips away from being stopped out. Again, can they make that U-turn here? Let's see. And here again, USD CAD looking for a stronger push. Wait until the 15-minute close now to push stronger before I consider the reversal. Because again, if I enter too early, it can come up and then go right all the way down here. Let's see. GJ is still alive, guys. Still alive. And again, there's a 15-minute close coming. So it's suitable that it can come down to the 15-minute EMA and potentially close under it and push down to the 30-minute EMA. I mean, that would be the best case scenario here. But again, it's going to have to battle it out here. Look at that. Can it cross that 5-minute EMA? Nice. Nice. Again, minimal drawdown on this setup. Just need to be careful now to see if, I can capture maximum amount of pips now, because I don't want, this trade to be just a 3 pip, TP here, or 3 pip, 3 pips in profit here. Look at that push, guys. Look at that strong push right there. We can certainly see it come down and create a wick below the EMA. And I may just close out a little earlier, guys, just because don't want to lose out all these pips in profit, right? If you guys took this trade as well, you guys see a lot of profit. I mean, active trade management is key here. Active trade management, about 10 pips. It went all the way up to 11, 12 pips out of 19. The 19? Yeah, 19 pips in profit. This should actually be 210 here. Yep, right there. So I'm hesitant right now because there's a 15-minute close coming, and I'm looking for a 15-minute tap of the EMA. But this strong bearish push can certainly push it past the EMA. I'm looking for that, but the 5-minute close now, look at that. It's rejecting the 5-minute EMA. But again, we could get one more stronger push here, bearish push to the downside here, if it can break below the EMA here. We got less than a minute left now. And here comes USD CAD. Again, I'll consider this as well, but I'm going to wait out for the 50-minute close now for USD CAD. If the bottom end is somewhere down here, I'll look at that as well. Let's see. GJ has one last push here. Can it make that push? Can it close below that 5-minute EMA, or does it reject here? Very interesting here. Very interesting. Gonna have to wait out for the 50-minute close and the 5-minute close, which is just seconds away now. Wow, nice push from GJ. Look at that, guys. Look at that. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. And look at that. So 5-minute will probably close below the EMA, which is really good. Yeah, it did close right below, but wow, look at that. Look at that push. Can it continue down with some good pressure down here? It has pressure to go down here, guys. Let's see. Would not like this to come back up again. It's a 15-minute candle. Would not like it to go up. I would love for USD CAD to push down here so we can potentially secure this entry and enter. But I would not want USD CAD to come all the way back up. That would be unfortunate. Can it continue making a push down? Here's USD CAD. Again, just need about 3 pips of a push down from USD CAD. 3 pips. Not much. And here comes USD CAD, GJ here. Not good. Well, you can see it closed below the EMA, but the pressure of the 15-minute candle just pushed it right above. Can it respect and continue down, or does it move all the way back up? Look at that. And here's USD CAD again, still looking for a stronger push here. Just need about 2.5 pips more, and then I can enter the buy stops. 2.5 pips more, and with GJ, continue down. Right, this certainly pushes down here. We can get a nice push down. Just don't want to be tapped out here at in profit here before coming back down. And here comes USD CAD, guys. It's very close to where I would like it to be for me to enter the buy stops. Very, very close. Here GJ is pushing up as well. Not good. Okay, come on, USD CAD. Another 2 pips? Yeah, another 2.5 pips. Less than 2.5 pips. And I'll consider entering. Now we got another 3 minutes left for a 5-minute New 5-minute candle here. Again, if it makes a strong bullish push here, it's going to be hard for this trade to survive because I have my stops in profit, right? Not risking this setup to break even. I'll definitely risk it to, break at profit if it does stop me out. But again, USD CAD is really slowing down here before they close the hour. And here's GJ again. Too close to my stop loss. And here it comes, guys. It may not survive here. Let's see. And your USD CAD still there. Yeah. GJ is making that push above. Which is completely fine here because I'm still in profit here no matter what. Again, USD CAD needs to make a strong push and then reverse here. If it does indeed reverse before GJ catches me out here, that would be great. And potentially enter USD CAD as well. But need another 2.2 pips. Not much for me to enter the buy stops. And it's a nice rejection here from USD CAD. Can it completely reject it and push to the downside? If it can do that, then this will be, a continuation down. And we can secure way more pips down to the 15-minute EMA, which again could be tapped because this is a current new 15-minute candle. And it can certainly come all the way down here, as you can see to the left. It's created a lot of wicks over here. And we are just waiting for the wick on the downside, or at least an engulfing end to the downside, or just a move to the downside. Let's see. Again, USD CAD is moving very slow at this point. And it's a nice 5-minute ending here potentially for GJ. So I really like that. And we got a new 5-minute candle coming up as well. So it's great news for GJ here for this trade to survive and continue down in our direction. And it's about 8-9 pips. Here it comes, maybe for the tap of the 50-minute EMA. Will it come here? Again, no top wick on the current candle. No top wick. But can it make a strong push, guys? And I may just close out here just because there's no top wick. And if it makes a nice bearish attempt here. Yeah, it's making that bearish attempt. Again, no top wick. Looking for the tap of the 50-minute EMA. Can it do that? Can it do that? It's really trying here, really attempting to break the lows here. But again, USD CAD is just moving so slow here. Again, one more push here from GJ. Come on, one more push. Tap the 15-minute EMA and then I'll cut it. Right? Or at least I'll look for the direction at the 15-minute EMA and see if it does continue down. Otherwise, oh wow, nice push from USD CAD, guys. Look at that. That's the push I was looking for. That's the exact push I was looking for. Let's see. Is it a decent size, above? Let me just see quickly GJ as well. Okay. So nice push. 270. I'm looking at 280 then. If it makes one more push, guys, I'll go ahead and set the 270. 137, 270, but I'm looking for another push. Nice push from GJ. Look at that, guys. Look at that. Nice. All right, guys. I'm going to do 280 here. Just too much of a slow movement here for USD CAD. I'm doing 280. And this one will be adjusted as well. It'll be 150. 137, 150. Let me quickly take a look at GJ, guys. Nice push. Look at that. Wow. Amazing. Amazing setup here, guys. And here, guys, USD CAD is also entered, guys. I'm waiting for it to be tapped in. and it's 410 here. Quickly take a look, guys, and I'm waiting for it to be tapped in on USD CAD here. Waiting to be tapped in there, and look at GJ. Wow, just look at that. Let's look at that. Clean setup, guys. Really like GJ here today. Really enjoyed GJ, especially after yesterday. It gave us a nice push, but again, it continued to drag against us yesterday. But today, all right, guys, I'm closing out GJ. Let me just see where it is at. Where's the 30-minute EMA? Can it reach there? Yes, it can, because we have a 30-minute close coming up as well. Ooh, 7 minutes to go. Yeah, guys, let's hold out. What I'm going to do now is we got, what, 2 minutes left? 2 minutes left. It can certainly come down because the 30-minute close is coming up as well. So this is a very critical area of decision here, because it can certainly come down. I'm like, for me personally, I'm thinking of holding it all the way down to this level right here, because the larger range is still in play. Again, I still feel there's a push to the 30-minute EMA. The 30-minute EMA should get tapped because of the 30-minute close coming up. Here comes USD CAD as well, guys. May get tapped in on this as well. May get tapped in on USD CAD here. Look at that. Look at that. It's coming up, and then GJ should push down as well. Yep. We were about 3.5 pips. Now we're about 5.5 pips, 5.3 pips away, and USD CAD is nearly about to tap us in. Well, a lot of action happening here. We had to wait about an hour and a half, 2 hours in, but nonetheless, this is what you call action here. Wow, look at that. USD CAD is just, GJ is completely rejecting that end. I still feel, because the 30-minute close is coming, it's going to push down. So we have a 5-minute close coming up as well, and I can still see that it can come down and push further down. And USD CAD can tap us in and continue up. So that's why I'm holding on, guys. But again, if you guys feel that's a decent amount of profit, you guys can take it. Here's a new 5-minute opening. Here's a new 5-minute opening here. Let's see. Let's see here. Again, USD CAD is still not activated here. Very close. Here's GJ. Again, because of 30-minute, it's closing very soon, guys. That's why I kept this all along. It can still push down all the way to the 30-minute EMA. Still push down and maybe wick with after the tap here. So it can come down, tap the EMA, pass through the EMA, the 30-minute EMA, right before I'm talking about the next 5 minutes. Before the hour candle opens up, the new 1 hour candle, it could come down, tap the EMA, right? Come down, tap this, and then reject it within the next 4 or 5 minutes here. 4 minutes now. And USD CAD could eventually tap us in as well. If it's too slow now, I may remove this as it may push down before coming back up. But here's GJ, guys. Again, that 30-minute close gave me the confidence. Otherwise, I would have closed out. But that 30-minute definitely gave me the confidence. And you guys can see how it's moving. It's too close to not be tapped now, guys. Way too close to not be tapped. Again, USD CAD is still not active. Way too close. We got less than 4 minutes now. It can certainly come down again in the next 4 minutes. Come down, tap it, push below, and then come back before the 4 minutes are up. That's my take on this. And USD CAD is still pushing down here. And still my take on this. We got what? How many pips to go? It's about what? 4.5 pips to go from where price is at right now. We got less than 3 minutes left. It can certainly make that move faster than the 1 hour candle coming up. Can certainly come down here. Oh wow, but look at that rejection there. Still don't feel the candle is reversing right now. I still don't feel it. Still feel it can come down again. Still got a lot of time left, guys. I've seen this with GJ too many times. Too many times. And here USD CAD is attempting again. Seen this with GJ too many times for me to think that it's reversing now. Seen it too many times. Look at that. Look at that, guys. In real time, guys. I'm telling you guys, this is where experience comes in. This is where experience comes in, guys. It's critical. Look at that. And USD CAD's tapped in as well, guys. Look at that. Wow. Look at that push. Look at that. And this is also coming down, guys. Look at that. Nice push to close out the hour as well. Look at that. A lot could happen in the last 2 minutes of the hour candle. Look at that, guys. All the way. I'm going for all the way up here. Wow, beautiful push from USD CAD as well. A lot of patience was needed there as well. Again, still looking for a stronger push from GJ here. Still not giving it to us. Wow. Still not giving it to us. And now it's... Don't like the second reversal here. But again, still... The 30-minute close is coming up in less than a minute now. And you can see how it quickly... It made that flip, then reversed, then made that flip. But a nice close from USD CAD as well. Tapped us in. And GJ here. On the 1 hour you can see. Look at that. That's going to open like that. Where's a 15-minute EMA? So rejected the 15-minute EMA as well. Let's see. Could open and continue bearish here. Just some manipulation there, but let's see on the 1 hour as well. Now let's see how the 1 hour candle opens up. Did not tap the 30-minute EMA though. All right, here it is. USD CAD is still bullish here. And wow, look at GJ. Look at that. Look at that. Look at strong bullish. Wow, nice push from USD CAD here. No bottom wick, however. No bottom wick, but let's see. Does GJ make that reversal and continue down? I think it can. It's really fighting here. Wow, look at that. It's unfortunate, but look now, they're both moving in the same direction. No bottom wick on USD CAD, but it's a nice move. And GJ, does it make that reversal now? It's the 5-minute EMA rejection here. Let's see. Does it continue to pull down here? Or is it too strong of a move here? Let's see. Nice push. Nice push. Look at USD CAD, guys. This is just no drawdown on USD CAD at all. GJ still has the room to push down here, guys. And expecting it to move down. Again, USD CAD can come up and fill up these non-candle wicks here, so it can certainly come all the way up here. And GJ now is making that move down, so you can see how it went into, try to attempt to manipulate the whole setup here and reverse, be right before the hour, and then make that reversal right back to the downside here. You can see how things shift with the pair, with some manipulation there. Not saying against us, but generally, to close off the hour, and the next hour respects, our direction. Now again, looking for a strong push here to at least tap the EMA this time now. It can certainly do that, but again, it's just not aligning here. But yeah, if it can certainly come down here, it can certainly make that move. And USD CAD, you can certainly make that move out to the upside here. I know there's no bottom wick here, but with the opening candle pressure, it can certainly come all the way up here. Let's see here. Still have some minutes to go before the new 5-minute candle, and that's why I feel with the opening candle pressure, USD CAD can continue up. Likewise, GJ can continue down here. And for GJ, guys, I'll be, let me see, 1, 2, 2, 3, third touch. Again, the initial time I mentioned USD CAD set up on the sells here, I mentioned that I will let some runners run, but maybe close majority at TP here. But the way it's moving, I don't like how it continues to reject at that level. Right? There's a 15-minute EMA there as well, so it's rejecting that. But again, USD CAD can certainly come all the way up, and that's why GJ can certainly come all the way down. Right? That's why I continue to hold GJ. As I felt, the hour manipulation there with the close, definitely knew that there's some manipulation there. Yep, I still feel USD CAD can come up and close up these non-wick candles to get our TP set here, and GJ can certainly come all the way down. It's just going to continue to reject these EMAs, but one strong push and it can bring it all the way down here, guys. One strong push and it can make it happen here. And here USD CAD as well. So clean setups here. No drawdown on USD CAD. Minimal drawdown on GJ. Safely manage the trade on GJ. And now it could come down to tap the EMA. May close out all or 80% of the trade here, 75 to 80%. Just want to see once it taps it, what does it do at that point? All right, let's see. And look at USD CAD, guys. It's just a clean setup here. Clean setup. Can't make this up. Okay, guys. Stops at break even for USD CAD now. Stops at break even. Risk free. And here comes GJ as well, guys. This is smaller, just a small amount of movement here, just so we can get the full TP here, of 5 pips away. So it's certainly possible. And with the new 5-minute opening as well for GJ, we can certainly push it down here as well. But again, guys, I mentioned on the stream here, I won't be disclosing all the TPs here on the stream. I think, the 1-to-1 setup at least is fair for the stream, right? And we got 2 setups here. If you guys caught both. Just a quick question here. Anybody, you can type it if you like, if you want to mention it. GJ or USD CAD or both, right? So if you would like to mention that you're in a trade, you can mention both, or you can mention GJ or USD CAD. So I kind of have an idea who's in what. But nonetheless, guys, clean setups here. Just needed patience here along the way. And man, these were just damn good setups here. And this is not, bragging rights here for myself. It's just simply because of the patience that we had, and we executed perfectly. And look at that, guys. Look at GJ here. Look at that. And again, I did mention, guys, that I will be closing not 100% here, but closing relatively 70 to 80% here for a continued push down. And USD CAD all the way up here, guys. And you can see how the range. So this early part of the formation of the range, this is a 1-to-1, 1-to-2. This requires a lot of experience in this strategy. This I do not recommend trading early, guys. This will stop you out many times. It could have pushed down further. This requires a lot of experience. As you can see, I had no range formation, and then I had understood what USD CAD is about to do here. But I recommend do not trade the range this early. If you're a course member, if you believe that you've got the range all together, no, do not trade that accordingly. This requires a lot of experience. Second to second, 2 touches, Second to third touch is more probable and requires less experience, but nonetheless, please be careful here, right? And here's USD CAD, guys. Look at GJ. I mean USD CAD here. So I fill up this non-candle wick, and look at that, guys. I mean, can't make this up. There's a non-candle wick up here as well, which would pretty much tap our TP as well. And that's all I would say here. And GJ, guys, perfect execution. Tapped out right our TP. Look at that right there. Right there. And it's going to push down further down. And it could come all the way down here, guys, to complete the larger end of the range. There may be some rejection here, but nonetheless, we tapped in. And I personally closed out 75%. And it's continuing down here. It could continue all the way down here, guys. This is a nice push, and USD CAD can continue up above, maybe create a larger wick and then reverse. And that's also TP, guys, right there. All done live. Zero drawdown on USD CAD. Minimal drawdown on GJ. But we had to wait an hour and a half. But we executed fairly. And look at that. I told you guys I would, close out 75% just because I understand that the larger range is in play as well. And we could get GJ to come down all the way down here. But again, it is respecting the smaller range. Even if GJ was bullish, running bullish, again, it respects the ranges along the way, and that's why it consolidates. That's why there's retracement. But yeah, nonetheless, here it is. But again, if you guys are new to the setups, guys, I recommend that you guys close out all, or majority at least to the point where you guys secure the 1-to-1. Gain confidence in the strategy, gain confidence in the setup, and the system overall, and then go for the 1-to-2. Right? I had some members asking me last week and previous weeks as well. How do you gain confidence? Just get confidence with the system and strategy in itself first. Get to the 1-to-1, and then start growing yourself. Maybe a couple months, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months, taking the 1-to-1, and then grow a little bit more confident. Get you're used to the 1-to-1 now, and then you can move on to the 1-to-2, right? And of course, it depends on the range and the range size as well. Medium, small size, large size, right? So I go over that a lot of times. Look at that, guys. That's just no drawdown on this setup here. No drawdown at all, and just an amazing setup there. And here GJ as well. And I did mention to you guys the reason why I didn't close out fully is because the larger range is in play, which again, I mentioned to you guys way before this whole setup. And you guys can see where I'll close out the rest of the setup here, right? If, again, it reaches there. If it doesn't reach there, I have adjusted this part right here, which again, I won't be mentioning too much on the stream here, but halfway into, right? And we could see, USD CAD coming right back in the range and respecting it. But again, I won't be taking that trade in the setup, guys. I think these are two big wins with everything detailed, everything shown with patience, with guidance, with the play-by-play commentary, and just everything played out. I may just stick around for GJ to come down here, and then the rest is up to you guys, what you guys like to do. But again, I think two setups are fair for the for the time being, for, per day, 2 to 3 setups. You guys shouldn't go for 2 more because then, greed kicks in and you guys can, see the range coming in. But again, this range, if you think that this range, let's extend this for a second. Let me show you guys. Let's say this range right here, you guys may think the reversal is possible. Yes, it is. But however, what if it pushes stronger here? What if your setting of, the buy stop here is not perfect, right? So there's different things that you have to be careful with. And USD CAD can continue up here as well. What if it doesn't come down here? What if you have the sell stop? It taps you in and then boom, makes a huge wick and then it comes back down. You have to be careful and you have to be patient with these things as well, right? So I advise, again, if you have the 2 setups, you have 2 wins, do not over, trade and let the setups, play it out and just see what would happen if you were to take the setups. Let me just read some of these comments here. Okay, USD CAD both in GJW. I'm in the GJ trade. Joined a little late. Perfect. Close out all of GJ. Appreciate you. Catch you tomorrow, brother. Have to get some rest. 4 a.m. Okay, perfect. Take care. Have a great day. I'll be closing the stream here very soon, guys, as well, as our job is done. My job is done. And I just want to kind of see this, the setup kind of formalize here and just close out here. So it's kind of the cherry on top here. But I may just close out a little early. What was it, like 3 pips away? It's not bad. The TP2 setup here. Yeah, so let it just push down further. I definitely will get there. And I think the 1 hour EMA is still down below there. Yep. Have a great day. You as well. Have a great day. Good thing it's a good start for a Tuesday, early in the week. Kind of a break-even day yesterday, and now kind of push ourselves above in that profit level for the week. And let's see here. Think of just closing out here just in case. There's a 50-minute close coming, so it can certainly push down further for another 2 minutes, which is a good thing. Again, you also have to be careful and be wary of the time as well, right? If there's a close coming and it reverses here, and you could have closed out here, well, I missed that chance. And here, guys, just for the cherry on top here, looking for that push down here. And we were about 1.5 pips away. All right, you know what, guys? I'm closing out here. Yeah, this 50-minute candle coming up. Boom. That's all of the trade for me as well. Time for bed is 1 a.m. here. Yes, 4 a.m. on my side here. But nonetheless, yes. So it'll be a good sleep for you, at least, if you did take the setups. But nonetheless, yes. All right, guys. I think that would be it for the stream here. GJ, we can wait for another minute here. I did close out. I'm not taking the chances here. The 50-minute close was coming. Could have reversed here, pushed above. But nonetheless, safety, lowering the risk. And pretty much another 1.5 pips away. Or just roughly under 2 pips away. Let's just see how the 50-minute candle opens up. And again, guys, I will be opening up the mentorship next week. So if you guys are still considering taking the setup here, again, I will be, giving out, I'll be giving out, off-stream setups as well. So let's say, for example, there's a formation appearing right before the stream or an hour before the stream, a couple hours before the stream, large ranges that are in play that you can possibly take as well. I'll be sharing all of those, off-stream entries. And of course, you guys will have real-time executions. Real-time executions, with Zoom streams while the YouTube is going on. While the YouTube, live stream is going on, you'll have Zoom access, so you guys will actually hear me in real time, as opposed to the 8 to 10 second delay. And there's of course other aspects as well, which I'll detail maybe tomorrow or Thursday, so to give you guys, a little bit more of a heads up on what's to come if you guys are still interested but not yet have joined. So thank you. Patience yesterday feels like even more good now. Right? Yes. Again, every game plan, every trade, we have to meet with patience and discipline and follow our game plan. Right? That's key. No matter what happens, no matter where price goes, we have to be strict with our plan, right? If we follow our plan and we know that there's an edge, and of course I wouldn't be up here on YouTube every day here, professing there's an edge without any results, right? So I do have a track record to show for that, and I continue to upload more content to show you guys. So I truly believe there's an edge. I've shown with my results there's an edge. I've shown you guys today. But more importantly, it's the discipline and psychology aspect of things as well, to actually follow your plan and not to enter too early, and just let the price get to its level. You can see how USD CAD was so close. USD CAD was so close here, and I could have just entered at will here, right here at this level, right? Patiently waited. This was what, 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes here. Had to wait here for the push down. And then even then, I slightly adjusted the entry level because I wasn't confident in entering too early and being tapped in too early. Once we got tapped in, guys, no drawdown whatsoever. You can even see on the 3-minute time frame here. I mean, I'll scale to the 1 minute here to show you guys. There was no drawdown at all. As soon as it tapped in, it instantly just went above, right? 0 pips and drawdown in real time. Patiently waited for that setup. And here is GJ, you can see on the 50-minute candle now, it was just less than 1 pip away, and it would have pushed all the way above here. And just, look at that. Could have came all the way back up again, and still can, and you would avoid it. That's why cutting a few pips short, 2, 3, 4, 5, it doesn't matter. If it's less than 10, and if it's it's not a significant amount, I cut it right here. So what was that? Yeah, 3 pips, less than 3 pips, 3.2, and about a pip away from TP2 here. So nonetheless, no issues there. Secured a nice win here, and on to the next trade, on to the next setup, which is going to be tomorrow. Now, if there's a reversal here, maybe potentially there is, but again, capture 2 big wins. That's 2% up, right? With a nice win. For me, it's slightly over 2% because I captured the 1% with USD CAD, but I captured more than 1% on this setup, right? So almost 2.5% here. And yep, that's about it, guys. Let's see if there's any news. Again, normal market movement, guys. You guys will see if GJ continues to respect the ranges. Very, very powerful. Again, more to come. I promise you guys, there's lots more to come. So stay tuned with the live streams here. But a relatively quiet day with fundamental events. So not much going on, which is again amazing for the ranges to play their role. Since we'll see less breakouts. Yesterday, of course, was not the same case, but we still captured, a win and a slight win with GJ and USD CAD. The re-entries weren't the best, for us, but nonetheless, here it is, guys. As always, guys, safe trading. I will see you guys tomorrow, and take care and have a great day.